John! You gentlemen received my instructions in the dressing room. Obey the rules. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now, man. You're boxing at the bell. God bless you both. Touch glove.
Sergey Kovalev, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world and the recognized man at light heavyweight, has big plans in the not-too-distant future for some big fights. But he's got to get through the guy who's given him the best fight in recent years in their first go-round tonight.
Their fight last year was, for a period of time, a fight of the year candidate until other more explosive, closer battles came along later in the year. But at the time at which it took place, there were real fireworks and people truly enjoyed watching it. Bernard Hopkins, Jean Pascal enters the ring tonight fighting with what I believe is the longest, bushiest beard I've ever seen on his chin. Is that beard enough to cushion some of his chin against Kovalev's blows?
I think it's the opposite. I think it's actually gives Sergey a target to go for, because the beard is around your chin, which is nervous. That's where all the nerves at in your chin. So only thing Sergey has to do is just, just concentrate on the beard, and he can't miss. The jaw, the high cheekbones, the whole jaw to the cheek is really vulnerable spots. So I think it serves Sergey a good target.
Interesting. So it frames the target for him, makes it more visible. In other words, you're saying if you were Pascal, you'd have shaved it off.
If I was Pascal, I'd have shaved it off because those whiskers is too bushy. And it's a target, it's right there. And underneath the beard is his chin.
Plus the way Kovalev punches, he just needs a neighborhood shot. Anything in the neighborhood is going to hurt you.
Kovalev jabbing to the body early while looking upstairs. This is something he did in the first fight to set up his attack in the second and third rounds. First round is often a research and development type enterprise for Kovalev.
Pay attention to Sergey when he throws that straight left hand, Max, to the body of Pascal. He sets it up with that straight left to the body, and he's looking to come over top. What Pascal needs to do is not be in a straight line, not be in front of him to get hit with those punches to set him up for the big bomb.
Call that a slip, not a knockdown. Kovalev was ready to celebrate a knockdown.
Pascal did get hit, but it wasn't enough to bring him down. It was a slip along with a connection.
Must have had his feet crossed, or perhaps he got stepped on or something. It didn't look like the kind of shot that would put him down.
Although now Pascal has to convince Kovalev that he's not in fact hurt, because sometimes situation like that can energize the fighter who thought he did score the knockdown.
Well, right hand to the body by Kovalev.
He better not get no false impression that he might have done something, because he was playing the hands of Kovalev.
Count box counting 8 power punches land in the first round for Kovalev and only 1 for Jean Pascal so far. Pascal gets in a left hook. Crowd gets very excited about that.
I got you. Listen, this guy's just trying to time me. Every time you punch, he's trying to time me. Stand him a little bit more. Go to the body for me. Go a little bit to the body. Every time you fire that right hand, duck. Don't stand in front.
Knockdown because he jumped into a straight jab by Sergey.
A clean knockdown.
A clean knockdown. It wasn't no slip about that. That was a straight shot, a left hand as Pascal comes in.
So looking back, I'm thinking now it was a knockdown. You, Bernard?
Yeah, it was a knockdown because he jumped into a jab that Sergey Kovalev.
Harold, you agree it was a knockdown?
Jim, he went down on the end of the punch. It should have definitely been called a knockdown, but it is what the referee says it is.
period. Referee says no knockdown, it's no knockdown.
That's for scoring purposes. The reality is Kovalev has that kind of pop in just a plain old left jab, Bernard. You fought both these guys. What's the difference in the punching power? Difference in punching power between these two guys, Bernard?
Well, Sergey Kovalev has the type of power that's sharper and is coming, is more precise than Pascal. Pascal is more a wide puncher, you know, lunging puncher. He normally throw a lot of arm punches, not a lot of sharp punches. That's the real big difference in these two guys, because, Sergey, he throws his punches accurate, straight jab, straight right hand. He doesn't waste, he doesn't wing the punches, he throws them accurately.
Does he have thudding power?
He has stunning power, but he also has a snap on those punches, you know, which is two really combinations that he had. He has both. You just seen a straight right hand. That was a sharp, straight right hand down the pipe. If we would have put a jab behind it, we got more, of course, done with the combination.
Kovalev stalking in round 2. Jean Pascal has just had his first ever corner between rounds conversation with Freddie Roach. As the evening goes on, we'll be constantly looking to see if there's some evidence that Roach has affected a change in Pascal's style. Haven't seen it so far.
We see that's when Kovalev feels really comfortable. He starts playing with his opponent, flashing the right hand, pawing with it, throwing the jab instead, stuff like that.
Good left hook by Jean Pascal. Now Kovalev catches Pascal with a right hand coming in.
It seems like Pascal has a more noticeable reaction when he get hit by Kovalev. You can actually see that he doesn't like it, and his body language shows it all that it's hurting him.
Kovalev with a chopping right hand over the top. Now he sweeps the right hand.
Kovalev has such sudden power in his shots. Even when Pascal seemed to have the advantage for a moment, it was Kovalev's shorter shots on the inside that seemed to do more damage in the exchange.
Kovalev right now is really boxing him, Jim. He's really using the jab. He's throwing the right hand. He was off balance when he threw the right hand. Then Pascal should make sure that he takes advantage of that when he misses and he lunges, because that's the only opportunities he's going to have early in this fight.
And what everybody took away from Kovalev's unanimous decision victory over you, Bernard, is, oh, look, he can really box.
Oh, I found that out the hard way. But, Pascal, hopefully he looked at the tapes.
First 2 rounds seem to belong to Kovalev. Next on HBO, stay tuned for Real Sports. Boxing fans will be quite interested in the profile of new heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. He is a fascinating character, and that's the nice way to say it, both in and out of the ring.
All right, now, you need to move to the right more, okay? All right. Yes. Now, when you set that foot in the right, though, you're going to go with the right hand over the top, okay?
Say that again?
You go with the right hand over the top. All right? And remember, you drop to the left hand every time. All right? The right hand's right there for you, okay? All right? Now, if you feign him, he pulls up, go with the overhand right away, all right? All right? Put those combinations together for me, okay, son? All right?
Deep breath. Yeah, very good. As you throw the right hand, give me that left hook, baby. Very good round.
Freddie Roach swore to us yesterday that Jean Pascal showed up at the door of the Wild Card Gym in Hollywood. And he said, of course I knew who he was, but I wanted him to go through the exercise of introducing himself to me and telling me who he was. I wanted to hear how he would say it. And then over a period of time, Freddie says that he tried to discourage Pascal from wanting to work with him because he himself felt like he needed back surgery. And there's another slip. A year ago when Kovalev slipped in the fight with Pascal, he got up and scored the technical knockout. But the relationship between Roach and Pascal is an early work in progress. And there's a tackle by Pascal.
Get up. Hold on. You all right?
We'll see some of that in the Super Bowl next Sunday.
Hold him around the head, okay?
Yeah, well, right now it's a situation to simmer down. You see what Pascal is underneath, and Kovalev was on top. I mean, it's a lot of slipping going on in the ring because of the logos. But I want to talk about the training, and good right hand by Pascal. I don't think that Freddie Roach had enough time to be able to give him 100% what Freddie Roach know as far as his experience and as a trainer.
Well, one thing he wanted Pascal to do was to work more behind the jab. He said he's got a very good jab. He doesn't use it enough. And I do see Pascal making efforts to throw the jab tonight.
Well, like you said earlier, Jim, I was in there with both guys, and he has a really good jab when he uses it. But he looks to throw the big bomb. He looks to throw the big left hand or the big right hand.
Kovalev is really beating him up this round.
Yeah, he's starting to torture him with hard power shots on the inside.
When Pascal lands a big shot against Kovalev and Kovalev responds, there's a look of shock on Pascal's face, like, wow, I thought I hit him a good shot. He came right back. And where did the power come from?
I think it's more, Max, is, wow, what was that I got hit with?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a shock that he recognized that he don't want to continue to get hit like that, but he really can't get away from Kovalev. Kovalev movement, his feet, is cutting the ring off the proper way. He's doing everything that a veteran fighter at this stage would do.
Good left hook by Pascal. Kovalev jabbing to the body again.
See, Pascal's problem, even when I fought him, he's trying to throw every punch with home run on it. You know, Max, he needs to set it up with a jab, softly or enough where he got the momentum to throw the big punches after he set it up with a jab or a straight right hand and then a left hook. But he has to come in soft and then end it with some meaningful punches to make a statement.
Hard left hook to the body by Kovalev. That's the kind of punch that hurts a fighter. You see Pascal beginning to back away from that one. Kovalev doing a good job blocking body shots with his arms there. Got caught with a left hook, though.
Pascal did some very good work to the body with both hands as Kovalev was teeing off.
And there is Sergey Kovalev's mother holding on to his WBC belt and watching her son fight professionally for the very first time. Her husband, his father, is in a hospital in Russia waiting to see if he will have to have a leg removed as the result of diabetes symptoms.
Just move that head for me. He's trying to counter you. After you punch, roll for me. The work is good. Just don't get careless. Move that head for me when you're finished. Keep working behind that jab. Bang, bang, bang. Give me that hook. Good work.
Both guys was in a way to get hit with a counter, and you can see when right hands go right down the pipe when you stand in front of a guy.
Round 4 of a scheduled 12. Sergey Kovalev against Jean Pascal. Harold Letterman, how do you have it scored through 3?
Okay, Jim, I've got it 30-27, 3-0, Sergey Kovalev. Jim, about the beard. If that beard can cushion a punch, or if the beard can scratch the opponent, it's illegal. Now, at the weigh-in yesterday, I went to the promoter, Kathy Duva, and I said, Kathy, the beard is illegal, and I gave her the reasons why. She went to the Montreal commissioner. He said he would make Pascal shave, and obviously he didn't do it. 3-0, Kovalev.
Well, Pascal's shown a pretty good beard tonight anyway. Taking some big shots from Kovalev, and he stays throwing back.
A lot of those punches is high up on the head. I think that, you know, it would show more effective if Sergey now saw dropping that right hand a little further down than the top of the head, because Pascal seemed to be taking those punches, even though he seemed to be a little off balance sometimes. But the opportunity is there because he leans in, he comes forward, and he swings 1 or 2 punches, and hopefully he try to hit something. Pascal, it is.
Kovalev has not yet staggered Pascal. In the 3rd round of last year's fight, he created a knockdown. Pascal actually was draped over the ropes and didn't go all the way down, but the ropes held him up. That was the first official knockdown of Jean Pascal's entire career. So as Max says, he has a quality chin.
Well, he had a quality chin, Jim, but he also, I think he was rocked earlier a couple of times. Like, you know, nothing serious, but he got, you know, the attention. The attention from those right hands that he just got hit with, another right hand.
Jean Pascal is not throwing back in this round, Bernard. Why is that?
Well, one reason, fatigue. And you see his legs, he's starting to do a little herky-jerky with his legs. And to me, I think he might be a little winded, but he's getting hit with shots. Right hand, left hook, right hand, and eventually that wears you down. He just got hit with a straight left hand to the body, and I think that now he's just being tortured.
Pascal's offense has gone to sleep, as you can see. CompuBox counting him landing 2 punches so far in the first 2.5 minutes of this 3-minute round.
Sergey looked definitely the fresher of the two men. And Pascal seemed now trying to find a way to get one big shot in. And you know what? It's not wise to do that with a guy like Sergey.
It's only round 4, Bernard. Does this mean that the seemingly lethargic and not terribly lively Jean Pascal who fought Yunieski Gonzalez is the same Pascal we're going to see all the time now? That would be disturbing. All right, February 27, Boxing After Dark returns with a doubleheader from the theater at Madison Square Garden. First, rising Puerto Rican prospect Felix Verdejo faces William Silva. Then 140-pound champ Terrence Crawford makes his New York City debut against Hank Lundy. New York, it's a long way from Omaha. Then looking ahead to April 9, it's the just-announced third fight between Manny Pacquiao and Timothy Bradley. Only on HBO pay-per-view, and you won't want to miss it.
Left hook. Double jab, right hand, left hook, okay? All right, but you cannot wait for him. All right? Don't let him eat first. You're faster. Use your speed, okay? Come on, use your speed.
Very smart, baby. Keep doing
Average per round, CompuBox numbers.
No rush.
At this point in the fight, through 4 rounds, Kovalev is averaging 21 punches landed out of 56 thrown in every round. That's very representative of his game. Pascal is landing 6 out of 20, throwing even fewer than is normally the case, and he's not a fast-paced fighter, landing at a low connect rate, and this is not the Jean Pascal that Freddie Roach wanted to see in the ring, the kind of guy who would have a chance to win the fight. He's going to have to wake up and do better than he's done to this point.
It's already obvious that if Pascal wants to win, since he's losing every round, he's going to have to turn around the fight with a big shot of his own.
Just tried to do it with the left hand.
Coming in.
Kovalev is clinically in command here. And at this point, the outcome of the fight is just a matter of time, unless Pascal can find a way to change it.
It's a matter of time right now because I think Pascal now realized that this guy's getting stronger and he's just popping in with that straight right hand. And you know what? That will probably be the one that end the fight because he's getting lined up with some great sharp shots down the pipe. The right hand.
And I think we may be watching Jean Pascal getting old all at once as Michael Griffin watches and chooses whether to stop the fight. We're only in the 5th round, and Pascal is not throwing back against all of this heavy thunder that Sergey Kovalev is trying to bring.
Because, hey, you know, one thing is he's not throwing back. And you know what? That's the only chance he's going to have. But he's so hurt. I think he's so out of it. He's just in a survival mode now. He's in a survival mode. And right now, he should be watched over real careful. And I think the referee will jump in there with 4 or 5 more punches that Sergey will throw. I believe, Jim, if Sergey really want to end this fight, that he can end it. But I'm going back early on with the jab, the statement that he wants to make. He said he want to punish Pascal, and I think that's what he's doing right now, is punishing Jean Pascal.
So, just as Muhammad Ali once punished Floyd Patterson for things he didn't like that Patterson had said about him, Kovalev is punishing Jean Pascal for having called him a racist, among other things, before the fight.
True.
Pascal's nose looked maybe broken to you, Bernard?
Well, a lot of things might be broken under that beard. But I'll tell you, Pascal need to be looked up. They need to look at this real carefully once Sergey starts throwing punches, because he seriously can be hurt. And you know, we don't want to see that, but this is the nature of the game. He just got hit with a straight right hand, and I believe the referee will stop this fight soon.
Hasn't landed a power punch in the round. And what a difficult situation for Freddie Roach. Max Kellerman training a fighter for the very first time, and perhaps having to throw in the towel. That's an extremely difficult situation for Freddie.
Maybe, although it's such a one-sided beating of a fight in which one fighter knocked his guy out already, maybe that makes it a little easier.
John, you can't keep taking this kind of fucking punishment.
Okay. You okay? All right, listen to me. If you don't go out there this round and show me that you can win this fight, I'm going to have to stop it. You gained too many shots, okay? All right? Are you all right? You out there? Huh? All right? You want to go? I'm going to talk to you. Okay, now here. If you don't show me that you can win this fight,
James Pascal's got hit with a straight right hand, but now he's so far back and leaning back, he's going to hit with a double right hand. What he should have done is try to hold to protect himself, because right now he can't even protect himself.
Yeah. And here's the response of Kovalev's mother. Celebration as she watches her son, who is not in danger, bringing punishment against Pascal. And here's Pascal's mother at exactly the same moment, having to deal with the frustration of watching her son getting beaten up. Round 6 of a scheduled 12.
You see Max Kovalev has got his shoulders hunched up. He's waiting to feel some contact with Pascal, and Pascal's not trying to throw no punches because he's still recovering from the last round. And that's why I know that he's not really trying to end this fight right away, or at least right now.
Well, all the things that Pascal was trying to get away from, ducking his head, closing his eyes, and just swinging a big shot. Maybe that's not the worst idea right now. Catching Kovalev with something hard is his only chance.
Only if he has that energy to do that. And right now, you know, he might regain it later on, but I think he took such a beating the last round. I think he's right now just trying to pick his spots, and I think that will be something that he will not want to do as he get hit with the right hand just now.
Yeah, as he's waiting to pick, he's getting picked. I mean, Kovalev is the guy picking his shots, and these are big shots, accurate shots.
If I was James Pascal, or you've been in the ring, you don't want to get hit like this. You want to grab, you want to stay close, you want to do all you can not to get hit with his power shots, and maybe you get lucky. Hey, maybe Kovalev hurts his hand hitting your head so much. But it's something you have to come up with some kind of strategy other than what he has now.
It sounded like in the corner, Freddie gave him one more round.
Yeah, he spoke. He said, "Look, I don't want to get you hurt." And you know, Freddie know what he sees in the last 2 rounds. This is the second round of that.
Freddie said, "You have to show me something in this round, or else I will have to stop the fight." We've already discussed the personality challenge of that, given that this is the first fight in which Freddie Roach has ever handled Jean Pascal in the corner. And if you're wondering why Kovalev doesn't just sell out and throw everything from the kitchen sink to try to end the fight, remember that he's fighting against a guy who throws wild, big, hard counter shots, and who landed some of them in the fight against him last year. So he doesn't want to catch one fight-changing shot from Pascal. He's going to stick with what he's doing and pile up the punishment.
Pascal's not even in position to protect himself. He got hit with a stiff jab, the second one just now. And right now, he's just waiting in the wing to get hit with a good shot. I see this fight being stopped. Sergey backs off him, and that's a clear reason why I said earlier that he's not trying to end this fight.
Yeah, to let him out of the corner after having him there a sitting duck. Feels like Sergey wants to extend the punishment.
He said he wanted to punish him. We're about to reach the halfway point of the fight, and if Pascal wants to have something left with which to fight again in the future, he has to consider stepping out of this.
Well, we'll see if Freddie makes that decision for him right now.
John, you're getting beat up too much. I'm going to stop the fight.
One more.
No.
Let's go one more.
No.
No, let's
John.
One more.
No.
Let's try one more.
John.
Trust me, let's try one more. Let's try one more.
You've got to throw your hands. You can't just go to the ropes and lay there.
I know. That's why.
All right?
I'm going to start.
Okay? All right? If you lay in the ropes, I'm going to tell the ref to stop the fight, okay? All right? You hear me? Now, come on, you got to get out there and box like you know how. All right? Come on, just like on the mitts, in the warm-up, let's go. What happened to that guy? Give me that guy, box. You on your toes, come on. Let's go. All right? If not, I'm going to, all right? This is it. All right? Now,
Do something. No more taking beating, okay?
please keep it close on him. One more time, okay?
CompuBox numbers in the last 2 rounds. Sergey Kovalev has landed 50 punches. Jean Pascal has landed 4. Barring some overwhelmingly dramatic change, there's no logic to allowing Pascal to come out to fight this round, but you heard how insistent he was as Freddie Roach told him that he was going to stop the fight. So here we are in the 7th. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim, I've got it a shutout. I've got it 60-53. Sergey Kovalev. I mean, he's doing a number on him. Round 5, I scored 10-8 without a knockdown. To tell you the truth, I thought there was a knockdown in round 5 when Pascal's gloves touched the canvas when he leaned over, but Michael Griffith just didn't call it a knockdown again. But be as it may, Sergey Kovalev winning this fight, very, very big. The left jab and the hard right hand doing the damage. I think he's going to stop him in this round. 6-0, Kovalev.
The interesting thing that happened in the corner just then is Freddie told Pascal, I'm going to tell the ref the next time you're on the ropes to stop it. And then Freddie instructed the ref, please keep an eye on him. If he goes to the ropes and he gets hit, stop the fight. Don't see that every day.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons that Freddie's been the 7-time trainer of the year in the eyes of the United States Boxing Writers Association, because he is appreciated for his humanity as well as for his skill in training fighters.
You know, and Freddie gave him an opportunity to go out there and not be on the ropes. As Max said here, you know, Freddie said don't be on the ropes, so he told the referee if he's on the rope, stop it. I mean, that's an incentive to you better do something this round, or I'm going to stop the fight, or the referee should stop it.
Well, he is using his legs and staying in the center of the ring and keeping his back off the ropes in this round, and it's forced him to be a little bit more competitive and throw a few more punches. So maybe this will be enough for him to go back to the corner and say, see, I told you I could do better.
Well, he made an impassioned plea to Freddie, said, trust me, I need one more round. And Freddie gave him the benefit of the doubt, which is understandable. Pascal sold it, and he's fighting strategically more along the lines of what they want, but he's taking at least as much punishment with hard punishing shots in the middle of the ring.
But I think that has a lot to do, Max, too, with Sergey not really putting the pressure on him. He's pop-shotting him one straight right hand to the body, and that hurts. Trust me, he's banging him to the body one shot at a time, just to buy time for him to do what he want to do later.
And I agree with you, Max. I think there's a very decent chance that Pascal's nose is broken, and has been since one of the early rounds. In his last fight, Kovalev stopped Nadjib Mohammedi in the 3rd round, and Mohammedi got a look of stricken pain on his face when it appeared that Kovalev had broken his nose.
Well, Pascal got the heart of a champion. He's been in there with Kovalev twice now, and he continues to fight through excruciating punishment.
And now there's a commissioned doctor, a Canadian commissioned doctor, who is coming up to the ropes in Pascal's corner.
John.
And it looked as though his intention was going to be to stop the fight, but he's just looking.
Good try. This is not tonight. Okay? Ref.
Now Freddie's going to stop it. That's the end of that.
It's okay. Come on. It's okay. Take a deep breath. You okay?
So for the 2nd year in a row, Sergey Kovalev has a technical knockout victory over Jean Pascal, and this time, if anything, he did more damage.
I mean, Freddie stopped the fight while Pascal still had his face because Kovalev was taking it off.
It was a good, well, Freddie Roach is, like I said, a veteran trainer. He's seen that his fighter didn't have a shot. Did the right thing.
And the discouraged Jean Pascal now must accept another defeat. And frankly, Most ringsiders in Las Vegas this past summer didn't see him as the winner against Yunieski Gonzalez. If anybody that night had earned the right to face Kovalev tonight, it was Gonzalez and not Pascal.
But Jim, you know what? No quitting Pascal. It's a championship heart, and there's a reason he was the light heavyweight champion of the world once upon a time.
Absolutely right. He has a lot of self-belief. Too much for his own health against Sergey Kovalev.
Too much against a guy like the Crusher that comes, you know, to take care of his business.
So once again, how special is the Crusher?
Very, very special in this weight division at this time in boxing. I mean, you know, I just wish that people would really embrace him a lot more, Jim, to understand that this guy has everything that it takes to really carry the light heavyweight division to a division of old to new where we at now. He's very special. Jim, he's very special.
Well, let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars on the TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, the end comes at the very end of round number 7. The challenger's corner tells the referee he's unable to continue. The winner by TKO victory, and still the undefeated light heavyweight champion of the world,